Hi guys, and welcome to another video at Phoenix. So today we're presenting our brand new used 2009 Vauxhall Insignia, which has just landed on our showroom, and I personally think it's an amazing car. So let's get cracking and show you what it's about. Vauxhall Insignia was designed on the back of the Vauxhall Vectra, which came out up to about 2007, which is the last one that they made, and this was actually designed by Opel. So this was designed by a German company, so a lot of the style and stuff that you're going to see in this car is going to be very German orientated. And as we all know, Germans make really good cars. It's very elegant, it's got the glass back saloon style to this vehicle, and where Opel, which obviously Vauxhall then renamed as the Vauxhall Insignia, have really gone to town really with this, I like to think, is with the design change from the Vauxhall Vectra. The Vauxhall Vectra was very boxy, it was very conservative, looked quite ugly in my opinion, and it just really wasn't a very nice car to drive. You know, you were inside it, you didn't feel that comfortable. Just really wasn't very elegant when you pulled up outside, and it just didn't have that many quirks and qualms. Whereas the Vauxhall Insignia, and I'm sure you'll agree with me on this one, the new design with the, as I said, fastback saloon style here, again adds a lot more attraction to the vehicle. This one here has got the beautiful curved in lights here and here, which just adds a very Mercedes, if I dare say it, kind of style to the car. Very easy to access. It's not got one of those stupid, well, they're not stupid, but you have to pull them out and, you know, plunk them up and blah blah blah. This one is literally just got a touch button, press it, one finger, bang. Okay, makes it very easy. So if you're transporting loads of stuff, be you a salesman, businessman or anything like that at all, and you're trying to put it in the back of the car, rather than having to turn up here, like I've done many a time, well, if it closes, struggle with it, going, oh, come on, oh, with one hand, all you have to do, one finger, and it goes up on itself. So you can just ease of access, put all of your stuff into the boot. And another thing, guys, follow me over here. This thing is really spacious. I mean, you could basically put a body in the back of this car. It's got that much space. So when it comes to stuff like shopping, you know, billboards, if you're a salesman, or any kind of like produce or products or something like that, you're clearly going to get it into this car. And the way it looks is it doesn't look like it's got the boot space for many things. So it's, as I said before, it's got a very elegant, sleek down look of just a normal saloon car, but at the end of the day you can fit so much stuff in the boot that you're never going to go amiss. So follow me around here, let's have a little look at this. So it's got a bit of dirt, obviously we've had some snow, hence why it's, you know, beautiful Barbados weather out here right now. But at the end of the day, one thing that I did want to mention, which hasn't got that dirty since the tyres have got a little bit dirty, is the trims on the car. All the trims, in my opinion, are very well looked after. They pretty much look like brand new, essentially. That's a very big problem with some of these cars, is that often you get a lot of damage towards the wheels, the trims, the rims, the alloys, whatever you've got on. And again, obviously you can tell these ones have been very clearly, very nicely looked after. And I myself am 6'2", and I can fit into the car. Again, major benefit. A lot of people, I'm not sure if you're aware, like myself, are quite, you know, big, somewhat fat, got to lose a few of those Christmas pounds obviously coming on board, but for myself I can fit into the vehicle. I've got enough headroom at the top here, it's not uncomfortable, and the steering wheel, plenty of space, it's not hitting against my legs. I can get in and out relatively with ease. Again, if you're like myself, a bit of a giant freak, then you can obviously understand it's a bit of more of an issue. But over here, if you're slightly smaller, you want a bit more sort of adjust room. Obviously the steering wheel goes up and down as in standard with every car. And here is where I really sort of get my visions on. So with this one here in particular, this one obviously has electric seats that come up forward and back. Just press the button and Bob's your uncle. You start going up towards the ceiling. Bob's your uncle. Start going back down. And down. And there you go. Again, very attractive gear stick here. There you go. And the reason why it's very attractive is it's got a trigger mechanism to put it into reverse. So rather than having to sit down and try to like fight with the car, try to shove it into reverse, all you simply do, index finger behind it, pull it up, pull it into reverse. And Bob's your uncle. I'll show you a little example here. Whoa. there we go. We have got obviously electric steering control, all of that sort of stuff. We've got the volume control over here, which makes it a lot easier. We've got cruise control over this side, so we can obviously go up and down with cruise control, making it, again, like advertised, a very good long distance vehicle. Averages out about 60 miles to the gallon, which is quite astonishing for a car like this. It means you're certainly going to be very conservative on fuel, and even in the urban areas, say you sort of live in the middle of a city and you're thinking about, well, what's it going to be like fuel-wise for there? Well, it's about 58 miles per gallon. So again, you know, with average ones averaging around sort of 45 and all of that sort of stuff, you're kind of in a safe bet really with this kind of car. It's very good. Obviously, we've got no warning lights obviously on the dashboard, which is obviously a major bonus. We don't want to see anything like that at all. And this side as well, it's going to be very minor, but with the console over here, you can actually see the screen. Now, the screen, normally speaking, I'm not sure if you're aware of cars like this, but normally with the engine heating up, the screens can sometimes fade away, blah, blah, blah. This screen's obviously in perfectly good nick. And as I said before, overall, especially when it's gone through a detail, the car is in very, very, very good nick. Let's have a listen to the radio. I didn't pick the radio channel. Apologies.
Sticky fingers, shoplifters, we got tools like home base. Lift the finger like his own grade. Same with the same name. Closed case, red wine, no.
Radio works. Brilliant. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take you guys through a little test drive to show you what the car sounds like. You can hear it obviously from yourselves. There's going to be no sort of hidden things coming on at all. This is a real opportunity for you guys to sort of visualise what it'd be like driving it yourself, and also to obviously take it for yourself. I'll obviously run you through a little bits of the bobs that we've got here, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So first things first, I think it's really important to mention before we take off the way it sounds. It's a diesel, and it's pretty quiet. It's really good. Okay, for myself, personalised, some diesels can sound a bit noisy, but this one, you know, you can barely hear it from the inside at all. Right. So first thing first, the steering wheel, really light and really easy to use. Okay, it's not as responsive as you'd get in like an M Sport BMW, where you know the tiniest move will send the car flying in one direction or the other. Very, very nice to drive in that sense of things. But this car, it wants to sit in higher gears for for less power. As I said before, the only thing that I had a slight issue with is the fact it's not that responsive. It doesn't send it all over the place. But then again, when you're on a motorway, you just kind of really realistically what you want. Really, you don't want to be sat there just, you know, the tiniest thing whatsoever will just send the car going in one complete direction against the other.
12 months tax is only £205. Obviously I know similar ones in the class can be around 265, so it does save you a little bit of money in that sense. And then obviously insurance group, it's only actually insurance group 15. A lot of people expect it to be sort of higher up, you know, as you have the sort of the 3 Series insurance groups, sort of, you know, 20, high 20s, 27, things like that. It's insurance group 15, so it's going to be a lot cheaper than all of those as well. Obviously, as you did mention, the acceleration is not as fast. It does 0 to 60 in 11.3 seconds. Now the 3 Series does it in about 8.3 seconds, so it's about 3 seconds slower. But obviously with the bigger car, and obviously the less sporty sort of, you know, suspension and things like that, and aerodynamic, you know, tuning, it's not going to be as effective anyway. So that's kind of to be expected, to be honest.
When you want to take your family out for the weekend, you want to go somewhere nice, you're not going to be walking around there feeling ashamed of yourself or ashamed of the car or anything like that at all, thinking, oh, it doesn't look like how I want it to. You can still take your family out and pull up next to down the road, and people are still going to obviously look at your car and go, oh, that's a nice car. Okay, so it's got the best of both worlds, and that's why, again, here at Phoenix we go against the stigma, not just to sell the car, but genuinely because we genuinely believe that this car has got a lot more negative stigma attached to it, just based on the fact that it's a Vauxhall and it's not as powerful as an M3 compared to how it should be.